Next will be Adrian Lodice. You have 2 minutes.
It's Lodice. But my name is Adrian Aurelia Lodice, but I go by Leah. For over a year, I worked closely with both fire and police serving DeKalb County and responding to residents' emergency calls as an EMT for DeKalb AMR. I worked there until this past fall. With that background in mind, I have 2 questions about the development of this training facility. 1, where did y'all find $33 million of taxpayer dollars for this militarized police project? Because if y'all want to talk about public workers, then it's me. And if you want to talk about me, then let's talk about my patients. I've had DeKalb County patients with fractured skulls begging for fewer potholes as we rush them to the hospital, yet hear nothing about improving our roads, especially in the southeast. I've had patients' life-saving equipment malfunction due to the old electricity lines failing during a storm, yet hear nothing about the new electrical lines. And if my point wasn't clear enough, LaShawn Thompson was eaten alive by bedbugs while incarcerated 1 county over. So this city doesn't have the funding to make our current, existing justice system at the minimum survivable, yet you do have $33 million to give police a shiny new toy. 2, with the AMC hospital shutting down and the previously listed issues with DeKalb infrastructure, don't you think that there are better things to do with $33 million of taxpayer money? I expected nothing else from capitalists to bribe the influence of council in favor of fascist alliances between these mega corporations and police, but it's particularly disgusting when you realize that they could have raised that $60 million for literally anything else. And I'm going to call it what it is. It's fascism. That's what you guys are a part of. Better roads, better electricity, more affordable health care, but hospitals, better roads, or electricity wouldn't abuse citizens in the interest of capital, would they? So instead you blow $90 million building a cop city over a clear-cut forest. Who wants a public park, better infrastructure, or hell, freedom in America, when instead cops can get a whole city to practice urban warfare instead? People over profits always, and stop Cop City. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we'll have, I'll call the next group. We're on numbers 83 through 95. Jamie Madigan, Victoria Register, James Johnson, Ricardo Martinez, Ariana Brazier, Andres Durruti, Yona Solomon, and Alan Peterson. First up will be Jamie Madigan. You have 2 minutes.
Well, my phone's still turning on, but I'll go ahead and start. Anyway, my name's Jamie Madigan. I'm from District 12. I've lived in Atlanta for around 4 years, and I've lived in Georgia my whole life. I came here today to speak about the issues of Cop City and the funding that might be allocated for that. Basically, what I generally wanted to talk about was the issue of not putting the money into the community and rather putting it into the funding for things that we don't need. I know that Mayor Andre Dickens had said that this year was the year of the youth, and to truly make Atlanta a safer place for youth and everyone in it, you're not going to do that by putting money into the police. You're going to do that by actually putting money into our community and making it a place where our youth can grow up in a safe place. That would be things like affordable housing, having some place that they could go home at night, having places where they can have a better schooling system or after school activities, places that they could actually interact with their peers in safe environments. I also wanted to mention the importance of how it's Public City Work Week, which I just learned coming in, and that's another way that you could put that $33.5 million into use, not funding the police Cop City, but actually putting that into public works, which you all said that were so important to keeping our city a safe, healthy, and better place, because those are the real people doing this job behind the scenes, not the police, the people that are keeping our infrastructure safe and clean. So I think you should actually put your actions where your words are and do something like that. Thank you.
Thank you. Next will be Victoria Register. You have 2 minutes.
All right. My name is Victoria Register, and I'm currently a nursing student. I'm becoming a nurse to not only help save lives, but also to advocate for them, which is why I'm here. I would like to echo the statements of those before me, citing the negative impacts Cop City would have. These include the devastating environmental damage resulting from the deforestation that would occur to build Cop City, as well as the increase in racist police presence. We know that an increase in police presence would not result in public safety. Rather, it would create more opportunity for violence and oppression against citizens. Recently, one of the people arrested for passing out flyers about the police murder of a Stop Cop City protester was denied bail for passing out the flyers. Acts of intimidation and oppression such as this are unacceptable and are violations of First Amendment rights. We know this will only increase if Cop City is built. I work in healthcare, and I worked in healthcare all throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. I've seen how Atlantans need better public services, specifically healthcare. With the Atlanta Medical Center recently closing, Grady Memorial Hospital is now the only Level 1 trauma center in Metro Atlanta. This means there's only one trauma center in Metro Atlanta equipped to deal with the most critical level of trauma cases. Grady was already overcrowded and under-resourced, but now it's increased dramatically. People are stuck in waiting rooms for fatal amounts of time, and they are not able to receive the medical care that they need because resources are simply not there, especially with the recent unwinding of Medicaid. People are flooding to Grady because proper mental health and housing resources are not available. Where's the funding for these? People are dying from preventable diseases and illnesses, and this could be remedied if there's appropriate funding for necessary areas. Instead of funding and protecting the widely opposed Cop City, I implore you to truly fund and protect the health of the community by investing in wanted and necessary public services such as healthcare. Thank you.
Thank you. Next will be James Johnson.
Hello, my name is James. I'm currently a junior at Georgia Tech. I'm studying computer science, and I'm a resident of District 4. I'm here today to join the chorus of voices, all urging the City Council to not direct these dozens of millions of dollars towards this militarization facility. As a student organizer and a member of the AAPI community in Atlanta, it is clear that the demands from our community for safety and for security will never be met by police. Speakers before me have brought up the mountains of research that have shown that putting more police and more guns into neighborhoods does not make those neighborhoods more safe. Rather, what the research does show is that what makes communities safer is directing funding towards education, towards healthcare, towards housing, towards taking care of unhoused persons, towards public spaces, and any other initiatives that focus on people and on the community instead of corporate interest projects like Cop City. As a young person, I want my future to, first of all, not be on the brink of environmental collapse, which this project would only serve to hasten, but also to live in a future defined by compassion and by mutual aid, instead of by repression and violence, both physical and systemic. So City Council, I urge you not to approve the funding towards this project and to direct that funding instead to other initiatives that would actually benefit this community. Thank you.
Thank you. Next